Hello, welcome to another video of the Go Battle League, this time in Great League format. Today we'll be looking at battles from Gengineer. He is currently at Expert, still pushing for Legend, so these battles are around the elo of 2800. And he's using a pretty common core that I think that some of the top German players came with. It's the Swampert A9 core, so that's what we're gonna look at today. Now we got 10 battles from Gengineer, and he is using G-Fisk in between as the safe swap here. So let's see what he's running into. It's a Drifloon. This is somewhat okay. He is running Charm on the Alolan Ninetales though, and the opponent's safe swaps an Azumarill. This is so of a matchup. I'm guessing you kind of want to preserve your A9. I'm not really sure what his plan is here, but the Charm already chunked so much, so that's really nice. He's also running Earthquake on his Swampert. I'm guessing for better steel type matchups. I think Sludge Wave is really just as good, but Earthquake just does a little bit better against the likes of G-Fisk and Registeel in particular. On top of that, it just has really nice one-shot potential against like a Sableye. Looks like he's letting this move go. The opponent decides to not shield anything, so they're just gonna get charmed down. The Alolan Knight is not very useful at this point, but he does have a Weather Ball banked for the Drifloon. Let's see what the opponent comes in with. It is a Bastiodon, and very smart. Obviously, Gengineer decides to preserve his A9. He has two Bastiodon monsters in the back, so he just swaps into the G-Fizz, draws back into the Drifloon. This is also a decent matchup. I believe Drifloon can win this if they shield the first two Rock Slides, and then I think you start debuffing, but it looks like the opponent's going straight Shadow Ball. That does chunk a lot here. But I'm guessing it's a little bit bait dependent. If you go straight Ice Wind, I don't think you win it per se as Drifloon. It looks like the Drifloon is going to go two shields down straight away. And Gengineer decides to just let this go. It is an Ice Wind only, but he has the Alolan Ninetales with the Weather Ball banked, and he can clean the Bastiodon up with Swampert. So very easy play actually. Just straight from the book, timer's up, swaps into the Alolan Ninetales, throws the Weather Ball here. That will take them out. I'm not even sure if the Bastiodon can farm down the G-Fisk before it gets to a move, to be honest, because the Smackdowns will be double resisted. This Basti just has nowhere to go. Alright. Let's see, second battle. Ninetales into Umbreon. Great lead for Gengineer here. This usually comes with poison types or something in the back. And there is one. It's the Core Breaker. Oh no! This Pokemon beats everything on Gengineer's line. At least with the energy advantage. So yeah, looks like he's gonna chip the Venusaur into Earthquake range. I mean, Earthquake already does so much with Mud Shots. But maybe he just wants to chip it. Looks like he's going straight Rock Slide as well. Doesn't want to be the first one to shield, I guess. I don't hate this play, but A9 Swamped Core is very vulnerable to switch advantage. And what I mean by that is that how do I say this? Whatever doesn't beat A9 usually beats Swampert, and vice versa. Whatever beats Swampert usually does beat A9. Except for Venusaur, except for Grass Poison types, like that. So it's very yeah, you kind of want to switch with this team, but looks like Gengineer is gonna hope for the best and charm this down. Let's see what the opponent has in the back. It's probably not a G-Fisk because they already had an Umbreon, but it is another Steel type. Umbreon isn't exactly a hard counter to Swampert, but it definitely is better here than against the Alolan Ninetales. Another Snarl come through, that's kind of bad. It goes straight for Earthquake here, interesting. I think this could be an interesting play. I don't know this matchup as well. I thought just go straight Hydro, because Hydro's just busted, right? Looks like he's gonna go... looks like he's gonna go Hydros from here. And then maybe you can farm down. Maybe that's the play. Yeah, I think that's the play. I guess that's how you play an Umbreon out. That is obviously assuming they don't shield the first move. And most Umbreons obviously don't shield because they're so bulky. At this point, you might be able to get to 2 Hydros against the Skarmory. And then you can get that Weather Ball off. And maybe that will take out the Skarmory. Let's see. First move does get shielded. He gets to another Hydro. This will do some very good neutral damage. Skarmory can't take it. It's quite bulky. And then... Oh, this is not Weather Ball range though. Let's see. Another Air Slash comes through. This Skarmory is very close to Brave Bird like that. Like I said, team is very prone to switch advantage, right? If you don't win the switch, then you probably lose the game there. And in this case, Engineer does. So that's difficult. Venusaur is just very difficult. I think Victreebel is very difficult. Lickitung is very difficult. Lickitung, I believe, wins all even shields against Alolan Ninetales. I'm not sure about the 2 shields against Swampert. I know it's a very close one. And the opponent throws one Body Slam. Looks like Engineer want to go in G-Fisk here. Not really too sure about that. Power Whip is not the play here as Licky. I think now you could maybe win 2 shields. Nah, I'm not sure if you get to 3 moves actually on Alolan Ninetales. But he does catch a Body Slam, which is good for him. On the other hand, this is in the back. With Lickitung, almost always comes a Medicham. Almost always. And then there could be anything in between, really. Lickitung Medicham core is very strong. Basically unbreakable. Again, another switch advantage. How do I say it? Switch advantage sensitive core, right? Whatever doesn't beat Licky usually does beat Medi and vice versa. Looks like the opponent doesn't throw a move there and just lets the Medicham go like that. I don't know if that's good really, but at least you still have that Weather Ball to get the shield here maybe. Looks like he does do that. And then it really comes down to whatever's in the back. I would assume that most Lickitung leads use their Lickitung as a Swampert answer. Because you just outbulk and with shields down you just Power Whip to one-shot it. And it's a Registeel, wow. This opponent, if they run into a Scrafty lead, they're absolutely dead. So, or Nidoqueen for that matter. Interesting. Usually it's in the reverse with Medicham lead and Lickitung to bait out the fighter. And then like Registeel or Bassett on the back. But this opponent plays it different. Oh, the Zap Cannon. It's not great, but it should not be that much of a problem. You do outpace the Earthquake that still kills. Straight Earthquake and even shields is the way against Registeel. As Shadow Swampert. But if they have an energy advantage, they might outpace you to a couple. You need to swap in very quick at least. Let's see, next battle. A9 into Altaria. This usually comes with Registeel, so your G-Fisk is looking incredibly good here. The opponent swaps into a Toxicroak. I highly disagree with this swap because as you can see, Toxicroak's counters do add up a lot. And Shadow Swampert takes even more counter damage. I don't think you get to 3 Hydros here. Thus, you very likely lose switch. If you can get a shield advantage here, then maybe your Swampert can still sweep though. Sorry, your G-Fisk. Because it beats both Altaria and Registeel. Even though Registeel is... because you have to land 2 Earthquakes probably. Opponent does double shield. But this Toxicroak has quite some energy now. It will get to a Sludge on the A9. And the problem is... well, actually, you can't farm this down with the G-Fisk, I guess. So he does let this move go. It's a Mud Bomb bait. Very nice. Does he get another Charm in? He does. Does he let this go? He does let this go. I like this play a lot by Engineer. He probably already knows what's in the back. Be careful though, it could also sometimes be Medicham. In this case, let's see what it is. It was Altaria lead. In the back is... show us, please. There we go, it's Registeel. The only way you lose this if the opponent catches an Altaria. It looks like Engineer is farming up 1 over here, or 1 or 2. This will do some really good super effective damage. Boom! Hopefully they don't... you can't no-shield this, because if they Focus Blast you, then the Altaria beats you. But it is the Zap Cannon. So now the Rock Slice will do way less, and you have the Earthquake still. Looks like he's going 1 over again, and the opponent does catch! Okay, so we might still lose this game, actually. The Registeel is very close to a Focus Blast, so you need to land like 2 Rock Slides, and then double resisted Mudshot farm down. This looks very bad now, actually. Do keep in mind this G-Fisk is also debuffed, so the Rock Slides will do even less. Let's see, another Rock Slide comes in. Engineer has to farm up a lot of energy. Otherwise, he will die to the Focus Plus from the Registeel. I think there is a play. You have to go to like 100 energy, and then you're one mud shot off the Earthquake. Maybe that's the play, but going to 100 energy, this Altaria will get to a move very likely. And in comes the Sky Attack here, probably. That will barely not. Oh, that's a Moonblast. Yeah, the Moonblast does take it out. It's a bit heavier. G-Fizz is very strong against that core. You might want to consider just keeping the A9 for a bit on the Toxicroak there. Horrible lead here. You lose this. If it's Medicham and Victory Bell, you just lose, right? If it's Sableye, however, we actually have a very good shot here. These teams tend to run Power Punch on their Medicham. Let's see, it is Power Punch. That doesn't do much, but the Countess now will do more. And I'm not sure if you can get to 2 Earthquakes at this point. None of it will throw another move, obviously. Let's see. Oh, you might get there. No, I don't think you do. The Countess will do even more, right? He does no shield this. Oh, he does get there. Oh my god, those must be crazy IVs. Those must be crazy IVs. On the 1 HP and does get the shield from this Medicham. Not bad. In comes the Alolan Ninetales. I don't think you shield this. Well, the Medicham doesn't even throw a move. But it will be very useless against Basti. In comes Sableye. And Shadow Swampert is... I'm not a fan of it because it's so fragile usually. Look at how low it already is after these Shadow Claws. But it's by far one of the best sweepers in the Great League. Even beating up Trevenant when you're 1 shield up is actually insane. Earthquake will kill Sableye from this range, and I think the other guy will definitely want to preserve the Sableye because Bastiodon does not have a lot of play. Bastiodon does not have a lot of play against Swampert at all. Even Shadow Swampert does not take a lot of smackdown damage here and will get to this Earthquake pretty comfortably, and that will take this game for Gengineer. Maybe run Victory Bell Trainer if you run RPS anyway. Let's see. A9 into Obstagoon. Very good lead. But this usually comes with like a Nidoqueen and a... Oh, a trap. Yeah, that's the one thing I want to say. This thing is difficult. If it baits here, it can actually get to a Shadow Ball after that. And it does bait. So I'm assuming that... Yeah, Gengineer throws the moves, wants to get a shield back. Probably could have timed it a little bit better. Oh, doesn't even get a... Okay, well that's interesting. The opponent no shields. So now, if you do this, you're gonna be locked in, right? As the opponent here. If you save swap a Pokemon and you let it go too fast, the next Pokemon that comes in is gonna be locked in because the timer is not up. You kinda never want that to happen because now you're locked in here. Gengineer could have even brought in the Swampert, which the Nidoqueen could not get rid of in that case. But yeah, I guess he also wants to get rid of the G-Fisk against the Obstagoon, and he doesn't get the Earthquake off. The Obstagoon has quite some energy now. It will get to 2 cross shops probably. Let's see, does Gengineer shield this? You might want to shield this. No. Oh my god, that's a gunk shot! On a... on a 25% A9. Holy moly. I guess the Obstagoon doesn't have a lot of energy after that, so that's nice. All you have to make sure of is to get rid of this Obstagoon, and then you should be able to outpace the Nidoqueen as well. Because the Nidoqueen just through an Earth Power doesn't have too much energy. It takes a little bit of time to get to the Earth Power. The opponent, that's what the opponent is aiming for. And this is not a CMP, so that means, because the move came through, so that means that Gengineer will be able to throw these back to back because he wins CMP. And it looks like the second one is CMP. So well played. Yeah. I mean, you just win. You just win Switch. You win the game. That's just how this is, right? You win or keep Switch, and usually your A9 Swampert core just beats most things. Trevenant again. Yeah, you definitely want to stay in this because Swampert does not want to see this. On top of that, the opponent probably is not very strong against Swampert in the back. On the other hand, though, Trevenant usually comes with Wall Rain, So that could very well still be tricky, even for G-Fizz with super effective Rock Slides. He does call the C-Pump this time, and now probably looking for the farm down. Otherwise you have to go 2 shields down, that's even nastier to be honest. Very good call, very ballsy call from the engineer. Let's see, he has some energy now, he's very low though and a shield down. Opponent brings in, let's see. It's a Wiggly. And he swaps in G-Fizz. That's a hard answer. It's a hard answer. And in comes a Machamp. What the? Oh boy. I don't think my even if you bring in Swampert, you probably just get countered down. Cross Up does a lot there, but he can get the Earthquake off, which is nice. But there's a lot of fast move pressure on this team from the opponent, so that makes it a little bit rough here. Also, is the team weak to Sableye from the opponent? Shadow Machamp actually can beat Sableye in 2 shields. Throws the Psyshock to get the second shield. Now the Hydro will one-shot, but look at these counters. And then you probably have to get to an Earthquake on the Wiggly. Let's see what he's gonna do. He's gonna throw immediately. He does throw immediately. Wants to get rid of the Machamp right away. Right away. And now you need to survive enough charms to get to Earthquake, but I don't think Swampert can do this. Not the Shadow one at least. He needs to... No, he needs to go for the Earthquake. Oh, I don't know if he would have gotten it off though. I don't know if he would have died with it, but that's your only win con at this point. The Hydro does not do enough. Very close, very close. Interesting team from the opponent there. Ninetales into Medicham. Okay, that's a good lead. What does the opponent swap in? It is a Lickitung. Let's see how Engineer plays this one out. Tries to catch a Body Slam onto the G-Fizz. It's about 4 charms for 1 Body Slam. Did he catch the move? Probably not, right? No, that's a Power Whip. Now, though, you don't have to land 2 Earthquakes. An Earthquake and a Rock Slide will do now. It looks like Engineer is not going for the bait here. He's just going to go straight for it. I don't think he baits a lot, does he? I think we saw him bait Nidoqueen just once, and that's it, maybe? Opponent does shield that Earthquake. That makes it a little bit annoying. Another Power Whip comes through. I don't think the Lickitung can lick this down. Actually, you might before G-Fizz gets to another Earthquake. It is 7 Mud Shots for the next one. Another shield. Oh boy. I'm predicting a Bastard on the back. Yeah, they don't get there. Yeah, he goes for the Rock Slide. I'm predicting a Bastard on the back here. And in that case, like I said, Shadow Swampert I think is one of the best sweepers in Open Great League. And it will beat Medicham with 2 shields up, that's for sure. 2 Hydros will take that out. And if it is a Bastardon or any other steel type, Swampert will take care of it. If it is a Victory Bell or something, then this game is definitely over. Let's see, the Body Slams are gonna add up. Yeah, Lickitung is pretty spammy. I'm guessing he's not shooting any of this. He's really determined to sweep with Swampert, and Licky does not get to another move. That's nice. And it is the Basti. He swaps into Swampert right away. Yeah, I think this is a very straightforward game. It is switch advantage dependent in this case. However, with 2 shields up, Swampert can take care of a lot of things, right? Usually in even shields, Medicham beats Swampert. Bastardon beats A9 in every single world. But yeah, this is pretty straightforward. He just goes for Earthquake here and that's over. I don't know why this Basti is still trying. There's still a shield. There's still a shield. Why? What are you doing? What are you hoping for? Yeah. GG. Bye, Basti. Alright, Engineer against a legend player. A9 into Registeel. Ugh. We have 2 answers though. Let's see. It usually comes like Sablar and Medi with this. It's a Victory Bell. Man, wish I gave Josh my Engineer my Alola Marowak there. Wow, opponent no shields the bait. That's crazy actually. Does Leaf Blade take it out? I don't think so. G-Fizz is very bulky. I don't think this takes out. No, it doesn't. So now at least he will get the shield advantage. Victory Bell is a big core breaker for Alola Ninetales Swampert, but it's already very low now. It's already low enough to charm it down. And on top of that, you don't really need your Alolan Ninetales anyway against the Bastiodon. So if there's something like a Sableye, Medicham will be iffy because counters add up so much and you need to, like an Earthquake doesn't kill anyway. But a Sableye will be very manageable at this point, so let's see. I think Medicham you lose. Oh, it's an Azumarill. What? Okay. That's not what I expected. That's not what I expected. However, Swampert here, even without Sludge, Earthquake does so much here. A Stab Earthquake. Let's see. The Earthquake does not connect yet. Which is a very good shield by the opponent, I feel like. Because who baits against someone who's already shield down, right? Not a lot of people take that risk. A very good timing from Gengineer there. Another Earthquake coming through. I think Hydro after this will take it out. Maybe can you much shut down? If it's Excel, probably not. No. You have to throw the Hydro here as the Swampert. And then you take this out and you take out the Bastiodon after. You can farm up a bit more too because Azumarill takes a while to get to his charge move as well. Yeah, he farms up very nicely here. Not taking too many risks, right? You don't want the Basti to catch a Hydro. Then you have to throw another Earthquake still. And then... oh, sorry, the Registeel. He tries to catch him move. That's not necessary. I'm guessing he's just trying to get us into Hydro range. Let's see. Hydro does about 50 or 45% on a Registeel. This is a Flash Cannon Registeel. No Stamp Cannon maybe? But what's important to know about Registeel, it will always need at least like 4 seconds to get to move. So 4 mud shots, right? Because it can't stack moves. So that's very smart play. The Registeel only wins if they get the farm down. Massive lead here. Massive! They even take a charm. And in comes Frostless, which is not a charm answer, by the way. It's not a Alolan Ninetales answer. Because the Power Stones are resisted, Shadow Ball does not one-shot. Let's see what Engineer is going to do here. He's CMP'd on the Rock Slide, which also won't take out Frost. It's actually not that bad of a matchup for Frostless. Yeah, it doesn't do a lot of damage there. I think it's better to do a bit more charm damage, and then the Rock Slide might kill. But I'm guessing he also doesn't want to give the Scrafty any farm. In fact, he's just willing to give up Switch here. This is, I think this is, yeah, Frost is just going to take that now. Because Scrafty is better anywhere else. Wait, what if you... Oh, I thought he was going to farm down with Swampert. That would have been delightful. But, alright, he doesn't. In the back is a Talonflame. Oh boy, imagine you had that farm down on the Swampert. The opponent was stuck for a bit on their... Incinerates. You shield this? Yeah. I think it's just a pup, but at this point you just want to preserve that Swampert. The Talonflame is 1 Incinerate off though. Baits with the Hydro here. This does not kill just yet. This might actually be a loose con if they no shield this. And they do. But now you might be able to farm down. It's actually very risky, but on the other hand, if you throw Earthquake and they shield it, you probably might lose as well. Incinerate comes through, but I think you survive this and you can land another Earthquake. On Talonflame, yeah. On a Hydro, of course, on the Talon. This might even be CMP. Well, I guess we'll never know. Hydro just one-shot it. So yeah, very good games by Gengineer there. 10 battles with the Alolan Ninetales Swampert core. I think it's a very common core. It's also a very good core. And maybe it will give Venusaur some play again. You know, Venusaur got a little bit pushed out of the meta because of Walrein, Registeel, Trevenant. But Venusaur is exactly good for this. Anyway, thank you, Gengineer, for sharing these battles with us. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good one.